Hi Pisces, this is Carrie at wooingnature.life. Welcome to August. This is your August reading. I am going to be reading from the soul cards. First, I'm going to pull one card from the soul cards just to give us some focus. And then I will move on to the Enchanted map by Colette Baron Reed. And that is for some direction so that we can get direction. And then the last, which is the tarot reading, I'm going to be pulling from the Tarot Illuminati. So we're going to start out right now, Pisces. This looks like you. For some reason, this purple is standing up as this is very, very much Piscean. This could be about your crown chakra. Of course, purple represents the crown chakra. And look at what's happening with your crown chakra. There's a whole lot of energy either trying to me, it looks like it's trying to come out, not come in. So it seems like to me this is a time for you, Pisces, to do some internal work, some meditation. You need to get quiet. You need to get still. You need to get naked. Like, take everything off and deal with what's happening in your mind and what thoughts are coming into your head. There's a lot of voices there that want to be heard, that need to be heard. I feel like those voices are things that you've been holding on to, and they have to be released because your crown chakra is now ready to receive new messages, new downloads, new spiritual information. But the messages can't come into a crowded space, is what I'm hearing. The messages cannot come into a crowded space, and right now your mind is crowded with thoughts, fears, concerns, negative messages, like what do they call that? Negative self-talk, or they call it something else. Maybe it'll come to me before the end of this reading, but it's negative talk about yourself. Negative self-talk, that's what I got. All right, I'm going on to the Enchanted map because we need some direction here for Pisces about what's going on with the head. We need some direction. Of course, thank you. We appreciate it. We got one more. I'm doing 3 from the Enchanted map. That'll give you 3 things to think about for the month of August. All right, while we're still waiting for number 3 to come out, we have 50, breaks down to a 5. 5 represents change. It also represents grace. And what we've got is a compass here. So you do need some direction, right, Pisces? I'm looking at astrology as being a way. You might want to look at your astrological leanings. Could be your I think I'm looking at your moon sign, Pisces. For those of you who don't know what your moon sign is, you need to check out your moon sign, find out what it is. For those of you who do know your moon sign, then you're going to want to lean on your lunar more than your solar. So for those of you who are on Twitter and Facebook and wherever you are where you're getting your astrological information for the month of August, instead of looking at Pisces, I want you, as your sun sign, I want you to look at the information for your moon sign. Now, if your moon sign is Pisces too, then you're good to go. But if your moon sign is something else, then that's the information that you're going to want to seek in the month of August, because they need you to be more focused on your feminine. Your feminine is your internal anyway. That's where your internal messages come from. It comes from your feminine. So you need to be focused on that side. Also, alternatively, well, not alternatively, in addition to that, I want you to focus on the moon. So pay attention to when the new moon, what's happening at the new moon, the full moon. And if you can, if you're feeling really, really inspired, look at your first quarter and your last quarter, all of that, and start to maneuver around the moon. But the guidance that you need is coming from your lunar side, not from your solar side. Second up, we've got coming apart here. Also, I'm paying attention to this color. The color is purple. It's all about awakening your crown chakra. Your crown chakra is talking to you in August. it wants your attention. And so if things feel like they're coming apart for you, is only because they need for you to break down certain things about yourself so that you can come into the one. See, that 4 and 6 breaks down to a 10, which is a 1. Okay? So the changes that are happening, the things that you are changing, like focusing on your lunar instead of your solar this month, is there to deal with this. So for some of you, you do feel like you're coming apart. You could feel like you're coming apart at the seams. But that means that something had to be rent or done away with so that you can truly come together. Your spirit can truly rise to the occasion. That's that crown chakra energy. So it's not really coming apart as much as it is coming together, but it's some parts of that you don't see that you need to see. It's some aspects of yourself that you need to see. And once you see them, you're going to what? Come to life. 29 is an 11. That's a spiritual number. That's the spiritual messaging. So remember what we were saying about the spiritual messages are trying to come through, Pisces, but they can't come through because you got a whole lot going on up in here that needs to be dealt with or done away with so that it can give rise to this new life that is being born. It's a beautiful card. So where you've been feeling stuck or stagnant, or you're feeling like you're at a standstill, or like you a bump on a log, or some of you have been feeling like nothing, like nothingness, like a flat line. Nope, it's just getting ready to prepare you for the next phase of your life. And the next phase of your life is going to be much different than it was before. I think I've been getting that from Pisces too for the past few months, that y'all have been really dealing. Some of you have been dealing with a relationship issue. I remember that from a few months ago. Something about the relationship that had you all bent up and discombobulated. Had you thinking outside of yourself. For some of you, the breakup actually did happen, and maybe you've been feeling distraught about it or been feeling some kind of way about it. But if it came apart, it was because it wasn't going to come together. That's one way to think about it. If it's coming apart, it's because it can't come together. And if it can't come together, why? Why stick with it? Why stay with it? You're trying to come to life. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? All right, tarot. We've got the Princess of Pentacles here. She's wanting to give you a message here. The message has to do about going into your emotional space, so that you can find your true spirit, so that your spirit can rise up. I'm seeing this as being solar plexus energy here. It's your will. Your will center has to be activated. But first you got to get rid of all of those disappointments, sadness. Oh, this didn't happen right. And that didn't happen right. Oh, I feel like I'm falling apart. You got to go deal with that. You got to go deal with that. The spirits are trying to give you a blessing. And the blessing that they're trying to give you is your own will back. Your will. Your spirit. Your fire. Your inner sanctum. Your joy. The essence of who you are. They're trying to give that back to you and give power to it. Because once you give power to your solar plexus, or once you give power to your will center, there's no stopping you, Pisces. There's no stopping you. So you just got to get rid of all that extra baggage. That's some baggage in your head. You don't need no baggage in your head. Please share with us more messages. So we've got the Prince of Pentacles too. So we got two princes here. To me, that tells me that there's a lot of growth happening and a lot of rapid growth happening. It's like your will, the thing that is driving your spirit has to be awakened, has to be fortified, has to be given a charge. And when that happens, you're going to be able to focus on what you want. You're also going to be focusing on you're going to be able to focus on manifesting what it is that you truly want. Look at this 3 of Swords coming in reverse. Remember I said that about some sadness, some disappointment. I told you some of y'all had heartbreak. You're in a relationship. The relationship didn't go right and left your head a mess. Pisces, you can't let your emotions lead you. I know that they do. But when you're dealing with other people, you can't let their emotions or their emotional state get you wrapped up, and now you operating off of their emotional state, not your own. No wonder your solar plexus has to be activated. You got to go deal with this, because I'm feeling like this person that you were dealing with before, this relationship that you were dealing with before that went sour or that went, south for you, it needed to go south. It needed to come apart because you were wrapped up in their emotions. You wrapped up in their emotional state. You absorbed their emotional state. Pisces, some of you all are empaths. Nothing wrong with that, but you got to know, as an empath, and I hear this a lot with empath. I'm an empath myself, so I do understand how this happens. As an empath, if you want to be a healthy empath, you have to know how to discern other people's emotions from yours. You have to be able to discern somebody else's emotional state from your own personal emotional state. And you have to be a guardian over your emotional state. Can't get caught up. You have to feel it and say, oh, who does this belong to? Because this ain't me. But see, if you get wrapped up into their stuff without really knowing yourself, then what's going to end up happening is all of a sudden you depressed because they depressed. You angry because they angry. You happy because they happy. But you can't find joy of yourself on your own. Come on now, we ain't getting ready to do that. Ten of Pentacles says you have some dreams and aspirations. You have things that you want in your life. These are things. These are like, how you want your life to be. Your health, your money, your the things that you want out of life. You want to focus on that. That's why that Prince of Pentacles is there. Remember I said once you get your will center together, then you'll be able to manifest what it is that you truly want and desire. Well, this is what you want and desire. You do want a relationship, but you want a healthy relationship. Somebody that's equally yoked. There's a legacy that you're trying to carry on. You want someone you can be loyal to. Some of you want children, or you want the lives of your children to be fulfilled, for those of you who already have children. But you have to be a good example to them about how to be. If you want your children to be emotionally healthy, they have to watch you being emotionally healthy. And you can't be emotionally healthy carrying around somebody else's burdens. That's the Ten of Wands came in reverse for you. So that means you got to get rid of that burden stuff that somebody else left you with. Don't carry around somebody else's shit. No, you don't. No. No. No, Pisces, not for you. Tell them like Denzel said in Pelham 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6. Not for you. I'm not doing it for you. All right, so we got the World coming in reverse. The World for me in this deck represents making it to the finish line, feeling victorious, overcoming your obstacles. That's still ahead of you. That's coming. Otherwise, the card wouldn't show up. But right now, you're not at that point. And you're not at that point because you're still working out all that emotional baggage and all that stuff that somebody threw up on you, around your shoulders, the burdens that they left you with or tried to leave you with. And all you have to do is take them to the river and say, no, I'm getting ready to release these into the spirit of the water, into the spirit of the deep. Go back where they came from. Okay? Wherever these burdens, these worries, these sorrows, these things that are bringing me down, send them right back where they came from, because they don't belong to me. Definitely got some empaths in my group. All right, we got the moon here. This is the moon. The moon represents, what did I say before about being guided by your lunar? That's going to take you into those deep recesses where this whole heartbreak stuff started, where it began, so that you can unwind that, so that you can chip that away. You got to chip that away. You don't need any of that going with you where you're going. It's a powerful reading. Powerful reading. All right, anything else for my Pisces friends for August? Any other messages? All right, no other messages for you. This is the moon. This is the final word here. The final word is get to your lunar side, get to that receptive side. Pay attention to what it is that you gathered from somebody else, how you're gathered from somebody else, how your emotions were being either manipulated or your emotions were being led by somebody else's stuff. Being okay with what isn't there and what came apart or the falling apart of the relationship. Being okay with this heartbreak, because really what this heartbreak, the heartbreak that happened behind the thing was really when they was loading you with a whole bunch of their problems. That was the real heartbreak. Breaking up with the person or this coming apart was a blessing, not the heartbreak. Okay? All right, Pisces, that was good for me. If it wasn't good for you, I hope it was good for you. If you need to take a deeper dive, you know where to find me. I'm at Carrie at wooingnature.life. And as always, I hope you have a great August, and I hope you're having a wonderful life.